The lights are off and away they go.
Extremely loose. He's managed to hold on. He missed the pit complete. He's crazy.
Side by side, Freitas is on the grass on the infield floor. He slides through. He tags Richard Eck.
Race 5 of Season 2 of 2016 for the series, and we are at one of the newer tracks on iRacing, Southern National Motorsports Park in Kenly, North Carolina. It's Saturday night short track racing, and for the first time, we are under the lights. Can we make it 5 for 5 this evening? We'll find out very shortly. Good evening. Chris Scala alongside James Krahula, Sean Ambrose. Hopefully be back next week. As always, taking care of us behind the scenes, Joe Peak and Dougie Beard on the cameras. As always, James, we got a little bit of an abbreviated practice here as we're getting ready to start the race up, but tell us a little bit about Southern National Motorsports Park.
Yeah, we have a little bit of virtual rain in the area, so we're going to move the start up just a little bit, but let's talk about Southern National Motorsports Park. This track is one of the newer ones on the iRacing service. I think it is the latest oval to join us. Since then, they've added the lights out here. They got the backstretch pits working as well, and we're going to go racing out here tonight. 40 miles out here for 100 laps on this 4/10 of a mile, 17 degrees of banking in the turn, so we'll see everyone kind of fighting to get down low, and that's going to be very, very important tonight, and kind of races how Bristol should, and so we'll have a lot of fun out here at the Southern National Motorsports Park. Out here in these SK Modifieds. I know that we're a little bit in hurry-up formation here, but we have about a minute and 20 seconds to... we do have a lap guide out here, so let's take a lap around.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Global Sim Racing Channel. I'm Brian Yazik and this is Southern National Motorsports Park in the GSRC SK Modified. Without further ado, let's show you how you get around this joint. Hot lap, looking to find the bottom right here. No other place to run. Hook that bottom right off of turn 2, swing it right out here to the fence, and then back down into turn 3. This track is a nice little short track, doesn't give you a whole lot of time to think. You just kind of have to drive this place on instinct. But if you do make a mistake, there is a lot of banking, as you can see right up there, that will catch you in case you have a mistake, unless that's off the bumper of the competitor around you. Then that wall will be waiting for you up there. But turns 3 and 4, find it right there underneath the start-finish line, back into turn 1. It's a very, very rhythm-based track. Once you get a good rhythm around here, you're fairly unstoppable, even to the point that I set my personal best time here on the 4th lap on the track. Really, as you're going to watch these guys go, this track is so good for racing. I mean, especially if you're up there on that second groove, you might be able to get a good run off of the corner and try to pinch them down, whoever you're racing against, off the corners. Southern National Motorsports Park is bound to put on a good show for these SK Modifieds as the race progresses on. But without further ado, I'm Brian Yazik. This is the GSRC SK Modified. Enjoy the show.
And as you see, that's a lap around, or 5 laps around this very fast Southern National Motorsports Park. Nighttime racing, you saw the practice laps during the daytime there in the hot lap guide, but here we are as we're gridding that quick. We got rain in the area, so we're going to try to get this vortex theory to work as we look at the grid standings. And remember, the top 8 inverted from last week's race at Oxford Plains. Ralph Connor, he finished 8th. He'll start on the pole tonight. Brian Neff, outside pole. Philip Temples, he will start in the 3rd position inside row number 2. Tim Knott, the winner of earlier's the late model race. He'll start there in the 4th position. Donnie Moore, who was going to be our pre-race interview, we'll try to get him on here maybe tonight, but he'll start there in the 5th position. J.R. Shepard outside row number 3. Lowell Jewell, he'll start inside row number 4 alongside Ryan Nuss. Ernie Brown and Matt Shanowski round out the top 10.
And then we'll have Chris Wolfson starting in 11th position. Lucas Stinziano starting in 12th. Joe Marks will be starting 13th, and then outside of him will be Richard Blake starting in the 14th position. Inside row 8 will be Mike Holloway with Chris Wolfson to his outside. Brad Speidel in row 9 with Jeff Sharp. Matt Hoos in 19th, and Tim Shanowski in 20th.
As we come to get 1 to green, that is going to be your lineup. Point standings real quick. Donnie Moore leads by 2 points over Matt Shanowski and J.R. Shepard. Tim Knott, Lowell Jewell, your top 5 in points. Very interesting setup here. 4 out of the top 5, no wins. And we talked about the 4 for 4 deal. Can we go 5 for 5? We're going to find out here very shortly. Again, going to be 100 laps, 40 miles. You do the math, 4/10 of a mile track. 13-second laps around this track. Get ready for some very quick action. It's race number 5 at Southern National Motorsports, and we are green and racing.
Oh,
and already
big.
some contact.
Yeah, big. Not a very organized start there, but I think everyone stays straight, and we're going to go through here coming off of turn 2, down the back straightaway, 2x2 through the field as we're going to get lap 1 completed here.
Yeah, Brian Neff leads lap 1 from the outside. Very shocking there. I thought the bottom line would be the fastest way. The battle for 3rd as we got contact back here around 5th with Donnie Moorlet on shape, able to save it. More contact in the spin off 4.
Ben Wolfson.
Wolfson going around. That's going to be caution 1 here at lap number 2. And it looked like there was definitely some contact. I saw him on the inside as we go to look at the replay here. You'll see Chris was down there on the bottom as he drives in there. He gets punted by the 3 car of Joe Marks. So a little contact there, and that's going to be caution number 1. We'll go on board here with the 37 of Wolfson. You see him up there in that high line. He's going to move to the bottom. And you're just going to see him get punted right out of the way now. A couple rules we will mention here, James, with this series. No changing tires on pit road. You could pit. You got 1 reset to use, but there's no tires. So basically what you have is what you have tonight. So pit strategy going to play a big role in this.
Yeah, exactly. And if you do take tires, well, you're not racing next week. So it's not just a little slap on the wrist like it used to be. You're not racing. So that's you definitely do not want to risk taking tires out here tonight. So definitely have to, especially since they've gone up to 100 laps here in the last few seasons. It definitely adds a whole new bit of strategy. Those extra 25 laps, it definitely, you see a change in the leader late on.
Yeah, so that's, you just got to be very careful with what strategy you do. Obviously, you got to get damage fixed. You see Richard Blake on pit road right now, and he's just going to get gas or maybe get a reset there on his car. Maybe had some damage early. Real quickly, we got a chance to run through some results here tonight. Never mind, being told the lights are out on the pace car. As Neff does lead, it's going to be Ralph Connor was the pole sitter second. Tim Knott, Ernie Brown, Matt Shanowski as the pace car pulls off, and we're back to racing lap number 8 at Southern National. Good start by Neff. And already double file back there. You saw Donnie Moore trying to make a move back there for the 5th position. Gets back in line as your winner from earlier, Tim Knott there in the late model car. He won the race, and he's going for the 2nd position, but able to keep single file. But smooth restart here, James.
Yeah, we saw Donnie Moore try to peek out there a little bit on the number 98 of J.R. Shepard. Nothing doing, though, as J.R. Shepard shut the door on him, and now we are going to be single file. I believe that our first battle for position is going to be all the way back here between Jeff Sharp and Mike Holloway
Sharp
here.
Yeah, Sharp looked really good in practice. As a matter of fact, he was the fastest car. He had the fastest lap, so he might be one to watch coming up through the field. But Sharp going to take that 14th position away maybe here from Holloway. They stay side by side. Mike's doing a great job holding that outside line.
Yeah, and I'm very surprised to see how well this outside line is working here this early on in the race. A track that you don't expect to see a whole lot of side-by-side racing, but we're seeing a decent amount here tonight. So again, Mike Holloway hanging on very strong there on the outside. Jeff Sharp is not able to clear. Oh, as he's going to go. Oh, thought about 3 wide there. We thought better of it as they get underneath the number 17 of Chris Wolfson coming out of turn 2, and now we're side by side 2 rows deep. Jeff Sharp here on the inside. Matt Hoos is trying to follow him in the 21. Jeff Sharp's going to take that position. Matt Hoos is going to try and come by, and Chris Wolfson way up the track. That's going to allow Mike Holloway to get by as well, and that's going to be your position. Oh, contact! Who was that? That was Tim Shinosky getting involved there.
And we got a battle up here for second. They're almost 3 wide. J.R. Shepard getting moved up the track a little bit. You got to have Ralph Connor up to second. Look at this fight. Tim not going to go for third. Oh, contact. A little door banging going on in there.
Oh.
Go, Shepard.
Oh, no one run into him.
Oh,
Come
another
on,
car
guys.
to the wall.
Yeah, that was Joe Marks.
Chain reaction, short track racing at its finest on a Saturday night, and the pace car just hit Marks, actually. So had everybody hitting Marks, unfortunately, off of turn 2. As we look at the replay, it's all going to start up in the front. Some door banging going on between Shepard and Tim Knott. And you're going to see Knott's, or Shepard going to get the worst of it.
Yeah, just make a little bit of contact there as he's coming back down the hill, makes that contact with Donnie Moore, and that's what caused that. And Joe Marks trying to avoid the accidents. Turn 2 is very, very slippery, especially when you're having to, because he's sitting up there right at the exit of that turn. So Joe Marks just tried to cut it down there and cut it a little too hard, and I think he's going to be able to go around and get that one faster pair that these guys are allowed in the series too, but definitely don't want to have to use that.
Add Lucas Stinziano to the list of cars involved in that. I should mention also Philip Temples is taking his number 19 car behind the wall. He'll be the first retiree this evening in this race. And somebody's got a barbecue going on. Somebody check Joe and see he's on the grill what he's cooking. But somebody's got a barbecue on pit road.
Yeah, that's Joe Marks. He's, again, we have rain. We also have a mosquito problem out here. Joe Marks is just taking care of that for us out here tonight. But kind of resetting here after all that craziness, we do have Brian Neff currently leading, Ralph Connor in second place, and Tim Knott. And Brad Speidel was given a wave around this time by, so Brad Speidel will be getting that one lap back to come and rejoin the lead.
There you go. So we'll have, looks like 17 cars on the lead lap. And while we got a quick minute, I'll try to run through these really quick. Earlier tonight, the Whiskey Run Truck Series was here at Southern National Motorsports Park. Donnie Moore winning that race. Crooked still late model results from earlier. How about this one? Donnie Moore led all the way into lap 84 when he got taken out by Ryan Nuss for the lead, which then started a chain reaction. That race won by Tim Knott. So in a nutshell, that's what happened tonight. Lights are out on the pace car. Coming into turn 3 and 4, it's going to be Neff, Connor, Knott, Moore, and Lowell Jewell. Going to bring them back to the green flag, and we're racing. And already, Tim Knott looking underneath there, but Neff with a great start. And I should mention this stat here, James. This is race number 3 in a row that we have not had a lead change so far. The last 2 races, whoever started on the pole led all the way. Now, Neff didn't start on the pole necessarily, but he's led every lap.
Yeah, and, really, it doesn't really matter.
Trouble, turn 2.
Big contact. Oh, ooh.
It looks like the Stinziano's in it. You got, looks like J.R. Shepard also, and looks like the 77 also involved with Shinosky, Tim Shinosky.
Yeah, we'll see coming around here in turn 2. Lucas Stinziano. Nope, I believe it happens. Yeah, we're on the front stretch here, so we'll see coming down here. Jeff Sharp, just that little bit of contact there. Lucas Stinziano, that's going to send him around, and a lot of contact coming in behind a lot of good cars involved in that one.
Yeah, add Ben Wolfson to the list, and also his brother, I believe that is Chris Wolfson, going to get some contact. So both the Wolfsons involved, but a lot of heavy contact, and caution number 3 on the track already here at lap number 24.
Yeah, and surprising more cars were involved in there. You saw a lot of ARCA brakes there in that situation, but we're able to avoid really adding much more issues to that situation. So, but still, good 4 or 5 cars involved in that.
You know, looking at the point standings as we enter this race, it's very tight. As a matter of fact, the top 10 all separated by 12 points entering this. Donnie Moore leading by 2 right now over both Matt Shinosky and J.R. Shepard. Shepard might take a hit after tonight as he is sitting back in the 12th position right now with some damage. But Tim Knott and Lowell Jewell, the top 5 in points as we are in this 5th round. I should mention only 1 win combined with those 5 drivers. It's been all consistency there in the top 5.
Yeah, and that's something that we've definitely seen here the last few years in the Bootleg Racing League, especially these last few seasons of really close championship battles, and we're seeing that again here as the pace car lights are off this time by, so we'll be heading back. Again, single file restarts here in the Bootleg Racing League Outlaw Modified Series as Brian Neff is going to lead us back down for another restart here, but still already 30 laps in, even with 2 cautions.
Absolutely, and it's been some good green flag racing, but a lot of contact, and that's part of a short track on a 4/10 mile, 17-degree bank track as Neff leads them back to green here, lap number 28. It's going to be Neff, Connor, Knott, Moore, and Lowell Jewell. And once again, Brian Neff, he must have a date or something in Charlotte because he is gone. Everybody else, a good single file start, but Brian Neff pulling away already. He's got a second after 1 lap. What is he, Kyle Busch out there or something? Looking pretty fast at number 60, Winn-Dixie SK Modified. Everybody else pretty much single file.
Yeah, and again, they haven't gotten too rowdy here on this restart. I think after 2 quick yellows, these guys are just wanting to calm down just a little bit.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, all right, you caught me.
J.R. Shepard inside of Ben Wolfson back here for the 11th position. Right ahead of them, Matt Hoos. He's on the inside of Jeff Sharp. This is for 9th, so good side-by-side racing back here. Just on the edge of the top 10. Hoos almost cleared him. I'm really surprised, like you said, James, about this outside line. Sharp gets a little loose.
Yeah, and this track, even though that the track tip's still pretty cool out here, I mean, it's still pretty easy coming off these turns, the way that the banking is set up, to still get that car set up. And it's definitely heading in as well. It's a tough little racetrack for sure.
Oh, it is. And you mentioned earlier, it's kind of like a little Bristol, which is exactly, when I first saw this, I'm like, oh my God, it's just Bristol all over again. It's contact! Ralph Connor gets turned. In turn 2, caution number 4. Did not hit anything, just a spin right off the front bumper of Tim Knott. And that's going to bring caution number 4 out. You're going to see Connor gets a little high. Knott's able to get that run into the corner. And you're going to see the contact, and that's going to send Connor spinning. And thankfully, he did not hit anything, so he should be able to keep going. And it looks like he's going to fall back to 16th, but still better not to hit anything too hard than to go and destroy your car.
Yeah, and kind of a Bristol-esque crash there, trying to get down low there, and just a little bit of contact going into the turn. But that's kind of what happens when you have this one groove racetrack, and unless you are who was battling there earlier? I think it was Mike Holloway, who's really making that outside work somehow, some way. He must have special tires on there. We put special tires on the car, Cole. So other than that, we've just seen a bottom feeder fest out here, but still the excitement that we kind of are looking for in those short tracks as well. So it's been a lot of fun.
Want to mention real quickly, if you want to be a part of this series, you can be a sponsor. You can have your name on the series, as they are looking for new marketing partners here with the Bootleg Outlaw Modified Series. You can contact Lowell Jewell and the guys over at bootlegracingleague.com/sponsorship. and be a part of this awesome series and the awesome racing. We talked about the parity here. Tonight we could see a fifth winner. If Brian Neff leads the rest of this way, you could see a fifth winner. As a matter of fact, the top 4 have not won yet in this series when it comes to this season. So it just shows you the parity and all the great drivers here. To go 5 for 5, that would be awesome.
And again, nice to see a good, healthy field out here tonight. 20 cars, that's a lot for this short little bull ring that we have out here. So great to see that. And looking like we've gotten a little more family involved out here too, which is also really nice to see. But the lights are off. We're going to go back racing again. Brian Neff leading us down over Tim Knott. Donnie Moore, green flag is out. And then we're going back racing. Low Jewel gets a little love tap there from Ryan Nuss on the restart. Oh, and then contact. Yeah, another big contact there. Everyone gets it straightened out. I don't see anyone hitting the wall, though.
Matt Hoos got turned sideways, and basically he's able to save it. What a save, and a great job by everybody checking up. That's going to bring the 5th caution out here this evening, lap number 40. Matt Hoos getting turned the Reds Apple Ale. He must have got hit by an apple or something in turn number 1. But he's able to save it. Just a simple chain reaction deal.
Yeah, a very ambitious move there by J.R. Shepard going into turn 1. But Matt Hoos is able to get it straightened back out somehow. And really doesn't look like it's going to affect him too much. We just have a couple more laps here underneath yellow.
That was a great save. I mean, when you're able to see, I mean, I'm sitting up here in the press box with you, and I'm able to see the number 21 on the side of his car. If you're able to see that, that's never good. And for him to be able to straighten that car out and to get it going again, that's just a great driving there by Hoos, who is currently running right now in the 10th position. So he's able to hold on to a top 10 at the moment. So just, hey, what? It's some exciting racing here. The Bootleg Outlaw Modified Series, if you're just joining us here, it's been a very fun one. And Brian Neff has led all 44 laps so far as he's got Tim Knott right there behind him. Donnie Moore looking to continue that point lead with consistent running. He wants to be that first winner, or the 5th winner consecutively, I should say. He's running there in the 3rd position. Lowell Jewel, Ryan Nuss, all your top 5 here. It's been crazy as Tim Shanowski gets the wave around.
Yeah, and Tim Shanowski is 4 laps down, so he'll rejoin to be 3 laps down. But if the trend continues and we're acting very Martinsville-ish here tonight, he very well could be joining us back here on the lead lap before too much longer.
Very good term there. Now, we should mention real quickly as we are getting ready to get one to go here, other 2 winners this week from Tuesday night, the Copperline Legends 50 at Gateway. They ran the road course over there in the Legends car. J.R. Shepard winning that one. The White Lightning 100 Limited here at Southern. S. Michael Allen, your winner. So those are your 3 winners so far this weekend. We'll see who will be the 4th one tonight. Here we go. Pace car lights are off. Wrapping up the 5th caution. Neff, Knott, Moore, Jewel, Nuss, your top 5. And Neff gets another great restart. He's almost catching Knott sleeping every time. And a big restart from Lowell Jewel. Ducks to the inside, gets back single file.
Your next battle is going to be Matt Hoos, who we did see involved in that last caution. Really didn't lose any spots from there. Battling right now with...
He's got Shepard there, which... well, let's go back to that last caution. That's actually Spidell. I stand corrected there. It's Shepard's right there behind him. But you see Spidell going to fall back and lose a spot in that Food Country car. Shepard going to fight him on the inside here. Let's hope he can find a spot back in line, or else he might get freight trained.
Yeah, and really, as many kills as we've had, these guys have really not calmed down that much more. As we see, Matt Hoos now going to go low of the number 49, going into turn 1. He got into Ernie Brown there before the lap going in, which is what allowed the 21 to get below that 49. Jeff Sharp is battling out hard on the outside, but I think Matt Hoos will prevail here, going through turns 1 and 2.
He did
that position.
He
Matt
did.
Hoos up to 8th.
And we got a fight on our hands for 2nd. Donnie Moore is all over Tim Knott. Knott had to throw a block coming off of turn 2 a second ago, and you see Moore all over him. And that's going to bring Lil Jewel up in here too. So we got a good 3-4 cars under a blanket. Brian Neff's like hasta luego, and he is gone.
Oh, contact. We see Ralph Connor Jr. around. He's just going to head straight into the pits. No yellow flag. We stay green.
Likely we'll get that cleared because I'm pretty sure he was speeding on pit road if you're going down a pit road after saving it. But we continue green here as we're past halfway. Lap number 54 already of 100. And we got a good fight back here for the 7th position now. Ernie Brown trying to hold off the 21 of Matt Hoos as Connor's going to take his car behind the wall. Jeff Sharp's in here, J.R. Shepard, all these guys trying to fight for position. Shepard trying to get all that track position back so he can try not to lose many points tonight. Hoos did slip up off the bottom there. And that allowed Sharp to get a good run on the outside there as they stay side by side. Great racing here.
Yeah, and again, I don't know how these guys are making that outside work here, but I'm glad that they are because it's great racing going on. J.R. Shepard wants to join the battle here. He's going to get below the number 49 here going into 1 and 2. This time by still battling down the back straightaway. J.R. Shepard is going to clear him. No, Jeff Sharp battles back here on the outside. They stay side by side, go down through 1 and 2. Is he going to be able to clear him this time? No, Jeff Sharp still hanging strong there on the outside. Let's see if he's able to make the move down here into 3 and 4. Now Jeff Sharp's going to keep battling with them there. They stay side by side.
Yeah, Holloway, we're on board with him as you're seeing there in the 31. This is the best fight on the track now. We got 2-3 cars all fighting for the 10th position. Meanwhile, up ahead, we got 3 wide into 1. Shanowski Matt underneath the Ernie Brown. Saw this out of the corner of my eye going into turn 1. I was like, oh my gosh.
We got to get a replay of that one. That was fantastic.
Going to replay here. Watch this. They come off a turn 4, and I look over out of the corner of my eye, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this ain't going to work. And somehow it has worked out. You see Matt Hoos has moved up into the 8th position. Right there behind Ernie Brown, who's kind of falling back a little bit. Shanowski up to 6th. Ryan Nuss there in the 5th position. Everybody else in the top 5 is pretty much, except for Donnie Moore. He has moved up to 2nd past Tim Nunn. And looking over at times, Donnie Moore the fastest car on the track.
Yeah, but in the meantime, though, we'll see that time by. Did gain a little bit, but still a good almost 2-second lead for Brian Neff. Just like at shopping at his local Winn-Dixie, he is checking out on the field as we speak right now. But Donnie Moore is still there. Loses a little bit to him that time. Is about holding strong right now with the 60.
On a roll there, Mr. Krahula. Nice job.
I'm like butter. Oh, contact. Ernie Brown up the track. He's around.
Oh, into Spidell. No caution yet. Now it is. Apparently, the flagman is a little delayed there, maybe sleeping on the job up there up top. Throwing the caution out for the 6th time. Brad Spidell getting turned after contact from Ernie Brown, as you see the replay. And there goes the engine on Spidell. And you're going to see contact right there as Hoos gets underneath of Ernie Brown, sends him up the track, does a nice job saving it, but unfortunately the back end's going to come back around, gets up in the marbles there. And Spidell's going to be sitting there waiting on him coming off turn number 4, and that brings the 6th caution out.
Yeah, and Tim Shanowski will be getting the wave around. That will bring him 2 laps down. We are running out of time, but you never know. He might be back on this lead lap before we know it.
And that's all that matters. You keep getting these cautions, you're going to be back on the lead lap before you know it. Here's we got 30.
That replay, that was painful to watch.
That's a lick. That's a lick. I mean, it's one of those deals you don't see him coming, and all of a sudden there's a car in front of you. Whoa, where'd that come from?
Yeah, and you got to hate see that for Ernie Brown. He's been having a fantastic season here. And again, another great run here tonight. Just a little bit of the... it was an innocent bump and run, and it turned into something way bigger after that. Those marbles, they're not too forgiving, especially at this racetrack.
So, James, what would we do if we grabbed the press and we just pushed down the bankings of this track right here? What track would you think we'd get out of it?
This looks a lot like, what is it, Lanier?
Close. Well, with the walls.
Sorry.
But
Langley.
The
other L track.
Correct, which happens to be where we're going next week with this
I see
Outlaw
what you did
Modified
there.
series. Yeah, so get ready for that coming up here next Saturday. But first, we got to wrap up the 29 laps here we're going to have to go. And Brian Neff, hold on as we get one to go. He's been pressured. Donnie Moore is looking really good in that number 26. Tim Knott, Lowell Jewell, Ryan Nuss, they've been your top 5 pretty much all race long. Matt Chinoski, he's trying to break the door open and get that top 5. But let's see. Neff trying to be the 3rd straight driver to go wire to wire and lead all the laps as we're back to racing. Jewell with a good restart off 4.
Lowell has been on it tonight, very aggressive here on these restarts, battling with the 41 of Tim Knott, going into turn 3, drives it in deep. No, Tim Knott is going to keep it tight there on the outside.
I got nervous.
Yeah, these guys are definitely making us nervous out here tonight. Lowell Jewell does make that move there on the number 41 of Tim Knott. Ryan Ness is going to follow him through. Tron's having a great night as well. Been very quiet out here. Contact! Lowell Jewell! He's going to save it!
Oh, it's not over yet.
Contact!
Oh, we got a big one.
Oh, big wreck here on the backstretch.
35's in it. We got Chinoski. We got Lowell Jewell. We got a bunch of cars. We got mayhem on the backstretch. I think even Tim Chinoski got a piece of it.
Yeah, fantastic save here by Lowell, and then someone sneaking by on the outside, and yeah, there's that contact there with Matt Chinoski, and that's what blocked the racetrack, essentially, and we see everyone come piling in after that.
This is the 7th caution this evening. You see the wreck. Who else got in there? I see Wolfson getting a piece of it. Looks like both Wolfsons once again involved. Also Stinziano. So a pretty big wreck. I'm counting at least 6 or 7 cars. And once again, the new leader tonight, the pace car.
Pace car is leading the most laps, and again, we kind of started under the threat of rain, and that's how these guys have kind of been racing. It's almost like the Cup guys at Talladega a few weeks ago. The intensity has just been turned up.
Oh, it definitely has been, and especially now that we're getting up with a 20 to go, we're going to be under 20 to go when we get the green flag. Anything can happen here, and I see Lowell Jewell saying a couple things on the microphone, probably not too happy with that whole incident, how it all transpired, and that kind of thing, because, I mean, it's all about patience.
Yeah, and Chris, let's talk about something here real quick that, I mean, we're on a different schedule than we are tonight, and drivers, we like to have, you know, we're very set, and we got to have things done a certain way. We're on our schedule and everything. So do you think that's got these guys just a little bit more antsy out here tonight, and that's why we're seeing the racing that we are?
Well, I think the night racing has to do with it a little bit. I mean, we've been running in the daytime, not to mention this is the first traditional oval we've run in 3 weeks. I mean, you go back to last week, we were at Oxford Plains. The week before that, Concord, which is a triangle. So we went from a triangle to a football almost, if you will, to an actual high-banked oval. So it's been a lot of factors, I think. And plus, you know, we're in the meat of the season now. We're in almost a midpoint after tonight.
Well, the lights are off, and we are coming around 21 laps to go when they take the green flag. It's getting down to crunch time, and Brian Neff has led all the laps here so far. Let's see if he can hold on for 21 more. The green flag is out.
He does get a great restart. It's on Donnie Moore. Moore with a good restart also. Tim Knott there in 3rd, Ryan Nuss, and how about Matt Hoos up to the 5th position after almost being turned by J.R. Shepard, who, by the way, is up to 6 now. So great bounce back for him. 20 to go right now. Can we hold it green the rest of the way, or are we going to see some more mayhem like we've seen tonight? And I did check. We don't have a full moon until May 21st, so you can't blame that either. As Hoos makes a move on the inside of Nuss.
If these guys, this is a battle that's been going on kind of all night at different parts of the field, as Matt Hoos is finally going to get the better here of Ryan Nuss. Ryan Nuss is going to scrape the wall a little bit there on the back stretch. I think he's going to keep those wheels straight, but J.R. Shepard is able to take advantage and move J.R. Shepard up to the 5th position.
Matt Hoos looking really good in that 21 Reds Apple Ale car as he's trying to make a move here on Tim Knott. Maybe he's a sleeper and trying to make some moves up there. Could see a Chrome Warm getting used here very shortly as Knott almost gets the wall. But good racing all the way around here. Look at Knott trying to hold that bottom line. Crossover move made by Hoos. He almost did the old diamond. He's trying to. You see him enter high. He's going to cross back over to the bottom. Trying to use that banking to make that straightaway longer. He's there.
Yeah, great battle going on right here. Wow, Tim Knott is having to hold off the 21 there. He will not successfully be able to do that. Matt Hoos with an aggressive move coming through there. Textbook, really, but move Matt Hoos up to the 3rd position.
Hoos looking really good back there in that 21 car.
Yeah, now the next question is Matt Hoos going to have anything for our top 2? As Brian Neff has been dominant. Haven't really talked about him all night long, but he's been up there leading, by the way. And Donnie Moore has been kind of holding with them, kind of matching his times, but really hasn't been able to get up there and do anything with them. So we'll see now that the 21 is up in a little bit cleaner track if the 21 can do anything with these leaders.
Anything can happen here. I'm watching a side-by-side battle back here at the 9th position. How about Joe Marks and Ben Wolfson there in that 37? Make that a 31 of Mike Holloway. I stand corrected. They're battling here for the 9th spot. This is some good side-by-side racing. Holloway holding that high line pretty well. Oh, as Marks almost loses it. That's going to put that battle to rest.
I tell you what, don't speak too soon. We're coming around to 10 laps to go, and Donnie Moore is right on the back bumper of your number 60, Brian Neff, who has led all the laps here so far, and Matt Hoos is not too far behind. He smells blood in the water, and we're going to have a 3-way battle here for the lead before we have too much longer.
Hoos is coming. All within a second. These 3 are going to be underneath a blanket here. The question is, can he get by Donnie Moore to get to Neff? 7 laps to go. Will we see a 5th different winner in the Bootleg Outlaw Modified Series?
I tell you what, Chris, I've been hanging out with Bill Soups on earlier today. So, as he always likes to say, it's a lot like milking a rooster. The hard part starts after you catch him. So, we are running out of time here. He will catch them, but will he have enough time to get around him? 6 laps to go this time by.
It is going to be tough. We're getting to that point, as I always call it, the point of no return. When you get that caution that ends the race, we're almost there right now, as we're going to come back by to 5 laps to go, 14 seconds. We're going to be done here in about a minute, literally. It's Neff. It's Moore. It's Hoos. Tim not there in 4th. It's pretty much down to these 3 cars. Looking to see who's going to win the Outlaw 100 here in Southern National Motorsports Park. 4 laps to go. Moore's getting closer. All within 4/10 here. Hoos, how about a 13.9 on your last lap? Yeah, these tires are just getting in for him. Back across the line, 3 laps to go. Hoos going to try that high line, try the diamond off 2. It worked earlier.
Coming up on lap
car.
traffic.
Yeah, we do have a lap car, the 17 of Wolfson. He's probably going to move to the high side. 1. Oh, Hoos in the wall. 2 to go. Brian Neff's going to come by this time and see the white flag. Going to try to be the 3rd guy to go wire to wire in a row. Moore not able to make a move as they come down to 3 one last time. Moore's got nothing. 5 for 5. Neff wins at the Southern National Motorsports Park. Donnie Moore, Matt Hoos, your top 3. Tim Knott, J.R. Shepard, your top 5.
That was getting exciting there towards the end. Brian Neff dominant all night, but was still able to hold on, but it was not by much.
Yeah, looking at the final standings here, looking at the, looks like 4/10 actually, so it actually ended up being farther than it really looked there with the short track racing, but a great finish when it's all over with. And what we're going to do is we're going to get the drivers all set up here. We'll talk to Brian Neff in Victory Lane. We'll talk to the other top 3 finishers when we come back to the Southern National Motorsports Park. So stick around, and we'll be back very shortly here on the Global Sim Racing Channel. Back at Southern National Motorsports Park, 5 for 5 officially tonight. Brian Neff, your winner. And what a wild race it came down to, especially those last 20 laps, as we're going to go and talk with our top three. And we'll start with Matt Hoos, the driver of the number 21 Red Zapple Alex. Before that, let's go to results. Brian Neff, your winner. Donnie Moore, Matt Hoos, Tim Knott, J.R. Shepard going to get top 5. A good bounce back for him being involved in one of the early cautions. Ryan Nuss, Jeff Sharp, Mike Holloway, Joe Marks, and Ben Wilson coming out with a top 10.
Yeah, in 11th position, we have Chris Wolfson. Lowell Jewell, late incident there, going to relegate him back to a 12th place finish. Ernie Brown, again, another late race accident there. Tim Shinosky, Matt Shinosky in 14th and 15th. Lucas Stenziano in 16th. Brad Speidel, 17th. Ralph Connor in 18th. Philip Temples, 19th. And rounding out your field will be Richard Blake in the number 66 car.
Definitely saw some action tonight. I believe in the end, 7 cautions. I ran out of room on my notebook paper because I just write very big. But when it's all over, it's still a wild race. And, there's nothing else left to do but let's talk to the top 3 guys here. Let's go do it. And let's talk to our top 3 guys. We'll start with Matt Hoos, who finished in the 3rd position, not without effort tonight. Matt started back in the 19th position. Finished in the 3rd spot here. Matt, who's joining us. Matt, what a run for you. Started 19th, worked your way to the top 10, had your car 270 degrees sideways, saved it, and came back and got a 3rd place finish.
Yeah, it was definitely a up on the wheel type of race tonight. I guess since I haven't raced with these guys all season, took part of this season off, I come back tonight. I really didn't have anything to lose. Except to try to win the race. No points for me, so that's what I was going for.
Talk about the track itself. It seemed like it was one line, but there were times it seemed like you could run the middle groove and get some side-by-side racing out of it.
Yeah, you could. If you can keep the guy on the bottom, you got to pinch him down, which is pretty hairy here, which has kind of happened between me and Ernie. He was trying to do that to me, and I touched the apron and got loose there that one time and about lost it. But yeah, you can pinch that guy down. But towards the end of the race, if you would run in high and chop down to the bottom, I could really get a run on exit.
And you kind of brought it up right there. You were diamonding the corner, going in high and bringing it down. I didn't see many people doing that, and all of a sudden I see you make some moves. Talk about what advantage it gave you coming off the corner.
Well, I think when they were on the low side trying to come off, their RPMs were a little lower, so they were trying to pull that corner, and I had already been higher, so I had that engine wound up a little bit higher, so I was able to get a little more grip coming off and make my straightaway a little longer.
So the question now, do we know the next time we'll see Matt Hoos on the track?
Well, I'll try to be back next week. Just been spending some off time here and spend a lot of time with the kids and enjoying that. So I'll try to be back next week if my schedule permits.
Well, there you go. We'll let the 3rd place finish be a little motivational tool to get you back next week, Matt. Congratulations.
Thanks. You guys have a good night.
Hey, you do the same. James, I believe you caught up with our runner-up, Donnie Moore?
I have, and always great to see Matt Hoos out here, but we have caught up here with Donnie Moore. And Donnie Moore, your 2nd place finisher here tonight. Donnie, it looked like you might have had something there for Neff towards the end. Looks like you just ran out of time.
Yeah, no, I don't think I could have passed him. I could have stayed with him, but probably couldn't have made the pass there unless I want to move him. But yeah, no, he was fast.
Now, this was, I think, the first time that we've been running this track here in the night configuration. I know that we ran here last year, but I believe we were in the daytime. I don't believe they had the track completely finished yet. So how was it tonight? Because we definitely saw where the fast groove was the way to get around here. But again, you could make a little bit of side-by-side battling, too.
A little bit of side-by-side. I didn't see that too much in the modified, more in the trucks and the super lights earlier. But yeah, this is a good track. This is definitely a fun track.
Yeah, Chris and I were talking that it's kind of like how Bristol used to race, and so it was very entertaining to come out here and watch tonight. But Donnie, we get you up here a lot, and we know that you are involved with SBCA. Do you want to talk at all about your involvement with them?
Well, no, it's just every town has a local organization, with many cats and dogs and other animals that need adoption, but mostly, have your pets spayed and neutered, and we can cut down on all the unwanted pets in the shelters.
Absolutely. Now, Donnie, you did come in here with the points lead. It looks like you'll also lead with that points lead tonight, and it looks like you'll take a little bit of a lead over the guys that you're racing directly behind. Really, everyone else other than Tim not really having a bad race here behind you. Oh, J.R. Shepard, never mind. He came back up there and kind of recovered from his bad race, but we're about halfway through the season, really getting into the meat of the season now. How are you feeling for the rest of the year? Can you get another championship?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, geez, one race can turn things around in a hurry. As evidence in my last race in the super lates, but a little hiccup there. But overall, a good night. But I don't know. We'll see. It's too early to tell. It goes down to the wire usually all the time.
Well, great. Well, Donnie Moore, great talking to you as always. We'll see you next week when we do head to, let's make sure that I get the correct L word out here tonight. We will be out here at, oh, dang it, I just lost it. We're going
it's
to
not
Lanier,
Las Vegas.
Correct? It's not Las Vegas. We're heading to Lanier, correct?
Langley.
Langley. Oh, I said it. I screwed it up again. We're heading to Langley next week as well. Donnie Moore, safe travels. We'll see you there.
Thanks, James.
All right, well, Chris, you have caught up with Brian Neff, and he is your winner tonight. We've been waiting for him to get one of these wins for a while now, and he's back here in Victory Lane.
He is in Victory Lane for the first time this season, and nice to say I got Czech Cola all over me now with the Winn-Dixie sponsor, Brian Neff. Brian, 5 for 5. You have officially made it the 5th straight race to start the season as the 5th different winner, not to mention the 3rd straight to lead all the laps in the race. I know you got to be excited because you've had your share of struggles.
Yeah, I've struggled a lot this season. I really was hoping it was going to go on a long run there early, but it didn't. We had quite a few cautions.
Well, it worked out your way because you were, the best way I put it earlier, you were Kyle Busch in the restarts, it seemed like, able to get, at one point I saw a restart, you were a second ahead after one lap. Talk about the restart and how you're able to just get that jump and go. I mean, maybe it's just being the leader?
Well, I mean, you're pretty much waiting on the green. This track here, a lot of tracks, we have a rule, you can go on the pace car when the pace car drops off. But here, as soon as the pace car hits pit road, the green comes out. So I just was trying to catch that green as quick as I could, and being single file, it was pretty easy to get the jump on the guy in second.
Well, I'll tell you what, it is a big point fight in the championship standings right now. Entering tonight, 9 points was separating the top 5, and now you've got this win. That's definitely got to be a confidence booster for you to move up in the point standings.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've been good. The car's been good all season. I just have had bad luck. I was out for the last 4 or 5 races last season, so I'm a little bit behind the 8 ball, but I think it's starting to come around. Middle of the season usually is a good time for me, so I just hope to keep it up.
And hopefully you can keep it up. We'll love to see you up there towards the top of the points in this battle, Brian. As next week you go to Langley, which is, well, you pretty much just go lay a big old flat press on this track, and it's a flat version of this, almost take out the walls in the infield, but you're going to be starting 8th with the inversion into field, so I put you on the outside on a flat half-mile oval. Talk about Langley and how confident you feel in there.
Actually, I'm really confident at Langley. I'm happy to finally be starting in the top 10. That's kind of like my kryptonite to be stuck at the back trying to make it up to the front, and now I've turned it around to where I'm starting up front a little bit. So as long as I'm patient, Langley's a good track for me. So I'm kind of excited about what's coming up.
Well, very good. Congratulations, Brian. First win of the season. You're the 5th different winner in 5 races, and maybe you can break that streak next week at Langley.
Yeah, for sure. These guys winning, having a different winner every week hasn't hurt me in the points. It's kind of helped. So, like I said, I just want to keep it up. Hey, I want to thank Lowell and Matt for putting on the league. These guys do a great job. You guys see we have some great racing every weekend. And, hey, we're missing Sean out here, so hopefully he'll be back next weekend. And I look forward to watching the broadcast after the interview.
Absolutely, Brian. We appreciate it, and we echo those words to Sean also. But congratulations. Go drink some more of that Czech Cola and enjoy your victory.
Yeah, man, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next weekend.
Absolutely. Brian Neff in Victory Lane. First time this season, James, as we put a wrap here on Southern National Motorsports Park and the first night race of the year, and it definitely lived up to its billing. We had our fair share of action at the same time, though, a fair share of great racing and another new winner.
Exactly, and one that I felt like has been very much overdue. As many races as I've been covering in Bootleg, I've never covered a Brian Neff victory, and that's really difficult to say. As dominant as fast as the guy is, so finally here that I finally got to witness one, and it was great to see. Again, excitement underneath the lights, fireworks on and off the track. We had a lot of fun.
We did have a lot of fun, and James, we know obviously we were filling in for Sean tonight, and you did obviously a great job, and maybe we'll see you next week or in the near future whenever needed, but we do appreciate you coming in tonight.
Yeah, everyone wants to have Sean back, and it's not really so much that we want to have Sean back, which, don't get me wrong, we all do, but mostly it's just to get me out of the booth, so I know how it goes, but always glad to cover in for Sean. We're thinking about you, buddy. Hope to see you back here soon.
Absolutely, James. We appreciate it. And if you want to be a part of this league, you can check out, of course, the Bootleg Racing League website. And you can also see their schedule. They start Tuesday nights, Copper Line Legends Series, and, of course, the White Lightning Limited Late Model Series. They run Tuesday nights. And, then, of course, Saturday nights, the Whiskey Run Truck Series and the Crooked Still Late Model Series. And as you're watching now, the Outlaw Modified Series. You can get all this information, bootlegracingleague.com/sponsorship if you want to be a part. As a sponsor, you can definitely do that also. Also, a special thanks to iRacing.com, Motorsport Simulations LLC, XSplit, also Audio Technica Corporation, and Aver Media USA. And also thanks to my man Dougie Beard up there, and hopefully he received the dinner I sent him earlier up there in the camera booth. But also Eric Ekholm, you can check out his music at ericekholm.com, and also CaseyLaLonde.bandcamp.com. That's the music you heard here this evening. If you want to stay up to date with the Global Sim Racing channel, well, it's pretty easy to do. GlobalSimRacingChannel.com. Also follow us on Twitter at GSR Channel, and then on Facebook, facebook.com/Global Sim Racing Channel. For more information about the series, facebook.com/Bootleg Racing League or bootlegracingleague.com. And also you can check out the weekly race recaps written by Chris Wolfson at iRacing News. I'm sure he'll be talking about a lot of incidents that happened here this evening. James, before I let you go, next week, round 6, we are at
Langley.
Very good, my friend. So
I know. It only takes me 3 times.
Third time's a charm, right? So, James, we appreciate you as always. And until next time, race clean, race hard, and I'll see you on the track.